Are you a dwarf looking for a perfect pet or a battle companion? Okay, the latter may be just another dwarf, but if we're talking about pets that are not just decorative, but also useful, there's no better choice for you than a cat. If by the end of this video you're not convinced, feel free to push the dislike button.
Greetings! I am Not-a-witchr, and lucky me, because cats do not hiss at me just for what I am as it is with witchers. They might hiss at me for other reasons though. Ah! Ah!
Imagine a cat. Now imagine a dwarf. Now hear my ideas. Let's start with the most important argument. Alcoholic beverages. How are they connected, you ask? Almost directly, I say. As you know, dwarven drinks, like ale, beer, mead, are made from grain. So, dwarven breweries must have large quantities of it in stock, right? And who else consume grain? Well, everybody, but I'm talking about mice and rats. These pesky vermin that can live in any smallest crack in the rock, in any hole in the stone, and spoil all your food supplies if given a chance. Humans had the same problem when they discovered agriculture, and what saved them from early vermintide? Cats. They are a natural rodenticide, keeping the population of these fluffy pests in check and preserving, well, most of the grain that they guard. Not sure how the elves solve the same problem. Maybe they just ask the mice and rats not to eat their grain? Anyway, cats hunt in the dark. They could easily hunt in the dwarven undermountain holes or even in the mines if needed. And to those nerds who would say, actually, they can't see in complete darkness, they would need at least some source of light, I would say, have you ever seen a fantasy cave or a dungeon without some source of light? Glowing mushrooms, cracks in the ceiling, occasional torchlight or two that someone just forgot to turn off. There's plenty for the cat's eyes. Cats are quite small and very agile. It's like they were made for living underground. And they even love small confined spaces. Have you ever tried to get a cat from behind furniture? Imagine that, but in a rocky cave. Cats have many advantages considering the lifestyle of dwarves. They do not smell much, they even dig holes to piss and shit, which can be tricky in some types of terrain, but still, they try. I'm still talking about cats for those who are listening instead of watching. And when you are in an enclosed space with almost no ventilation, like in a cave, the smell is important. Note that dwarves are known to have keen sense of smell, and you can say that real tough dwarves do not care about that stuff. But when they return home after a full day at the mine, trust me, dwarven women, they do care. Cats rarely make a sound. And with the way sound travels underground, it makes them really, what's the word, not annoying. Imagine a dog barking underground. Also, cats purr, and this sound is usually considered calming and relaxing. But if you don't believe that dwarves need that kind of thing, okay, there might be more practical application. Maybe, with some amplification, focused purr can be used to break stone via the resonance effect instead of small explosive charges. Worth a try at least? Another theoretical application: surveying new caves and passages. Remember the idea of the cat of Schrödinger? Sounds more like a gnomish name, but nonetheless, cats can theoretically be in two places at the same time, or something like that. This is very well described in this book of Terry Pratchett, and you can be sure the man knew his dwarves. And what about the combat potential of cats? Well, some would say that cats are not made for war. Maybe some of them. But I think that dwarfs would not put their pets in harm's way. They would protect and treasure them, as one should. Not sure about the Warhammer dwarfs. They are quite warlike. They could find a way to use battle cats. By the way, I wonder why there is no sentient cat-man race in Warhammer Fantasy. I mean, there are all kinds of animal races. Rat man, lizard man, dog man, bull man, goat man, crow man, horse man, sex man, gamer man, but no cat man. Why? They could totally make a whole culture of jungle cat people with some ancient Indian aesthetics, for example. Just saying.
Well, that was my thoughts about cats for dwarves. What do you think? Thank you for watching this. Consider subscribing to my channel. I'm still not a witcher, and as always, take care and farewell.